Let's bow.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to BBA Daily News 007. We are back in here. I'm
Dun,
your
dun,
host.
dun, 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 dun,
This
dun,
is
dun,
Triston John,
dun, dun.
and we have the co-host.
My you sharp here.
There we go. Back in
Episode
here.
episode 007.
Episode 007 indeed. And we have a great show in store for y'all today. Bringing the news, curating the news, so you don't have to go look for it yourself. And Mayu, just looking at this lineup, man, how do you feel about this lineup of events today? It's always something new.
Man, it's always something new. I still can't get over that foul that the refs missed with LeBron James, but all in all, it's always something new to talk about. But yeah, let's get into the news, man. I like what we do have here, and
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, so the first order of the business today, as we come into the new year, it's a critical time. Teams are battling it out for positions, and this brings us upon our topic of today, the standings.
Yep. These stand-ins are usually what we like to see before going into All-Star weekend. This is not the end all be all. So, if your team isn't at the top right now, don't fret. There's still more time in the season for you fantasy players. Still have yet to play in a fantasy draft. Have you played? Have you or participated in any drafts or any sports leagues out there?
I personally have not. I'll set that on as a goal this year. Or maybe BBA, we can create some kind of fantasy draft for people to participate in.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to try it out. So, folks, party people, please in the chat, put some fantasy draft leagues out there that we can try out that you'll feel we'll have a good time using it or whatever it is. I feel old talking about this. It's fantasy draft, bro. Like what?
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole tab up here. We're not gonna get into it, but it's big business. It's I think the reason these things are so popular, right, is that it allows people to kind of interact with the game in a way that they don't normally have access to, right? Hence the word fantasy, So yeah, man, I don't know what they're about personally,
Right.
but I have to do my research.
Yep. Gotta do some research. But yeah, so we got the Eastern Conference standings here. Boston Celtics with number 1 spot. Jason Tatum and them boys definitely staying at the top. I like what I see over there with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I believe his name is. Yeah, they're looking good. I hope what's his name? Marcus Smart makes a speedy recovery and great defensive player. So at number 2, we got Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis.
Giannis. Not to be confused
Not
with other names that are not Giannis.
Not to be confused with Giannis.
That too.
Giannis. But yeah, good squad out there, solid. We got number 3, Philadelphia 76ers. Bear Gang, aka James Harden, is over there. Joel Embiid with the chops to the midsection in the last episode we spoke about. But we can chop it up. He was probably a huge wrestling fan, so I don't think
he hit him with the what was it called? Was that the Triple H?
The Triple H. Thank you, sir.
H. It didn't come to me on the last show. I was trying to figure out what hand gesture was, and I didn't end up looking it up. But when you said the way you described it, I was like, okay,
yeah. Hit him with the Triple H.
The Triple H, man. Yo, I was hitting him with the Triple H when I was a youngin.
Man, you
I
had
used to hit
to,
him with the Triple
man.
H. You remember the Triple H?
You had to Triple
It's
H
like a
him every now and then.
celebratory gesture.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, man. I don't think it's anything wrong with it, man. He did not hurt anyone. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
This is what he get paid for. So should not. I don't agree with the 25,000.
25.
25.
Listen, these fines are reprehensible. That's all I have to say. And if a man did a Triple H in a celebratory gesture on in a sport which there are moments of celebration, moments of triumph that happen, and these athletes are there, they're competing, the energies are high, the testosterone levels are high, everything's running on 100. So I don't think a guy should be, if you want to pull him to the side and talk to him afterwards, right? And be like, hey man, maybe tone it down, whatever your rationale is, you can do that. But to fine him, that's a bit of excessive.
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with a Sparta. We are Sparta moment, and with a Triple H had it on to it,
Yeah. Am I remembering correctly? Did Triple H used to have the sparks shoot up when he did the move? Am I remembering that correctly?
It was a few of them that probably had that, but he definitely had the fireworks going when he
had some fire, right?
Did his thing, man.
He had fire, like when he would make his ring entrance, right? He would. I do remember that.
I'm surprised nobody got Michael Jackson, rest in peace. But for all my Michael Jackson fans who remember that moment where his hair caught on fire on set, I'm glad they have become more safe with the pyrotechnics over the years.
Oh yeah. Pyrotechnic technology has definitely improved.
Yeah. He's melting.
Oh man,
I miss you, Michael. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 4 we got here Brooklyn Nets. Go KD and Kyrie. They're looking pretty good. Started off slow. Injuries and I don't know. Kyrie was doing something. Oh, that's when he got suspended for the tweet. The tweet.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. If you want to elaborate on it, feel free, my friend. I'm not going to touch that one.
Ooh, can't touch it.
Yeah, I'm MC Hammer on that one.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm gonna walk off that one. Let's see. We got Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay. Really good trade. Off-season addition with Donovan Mitchell, aka Dwayne Wade 2.0, coming over from the Utah Jazz. Great addition to the team. Got some scrappy guys over there. Garland, the guard, Darius Garland. I think he having a pretty good season and might be making it to some of the All-Star Weekend festivities, if I'm correct. So, and then we round off the top 6 with Miami Heat.
Yep.
Miami Heat, they're doing pretty good. Jimmy Bean Butler, that is not his middle name. I just made that up. Miss you, Kobe. Yeah, what's his name? Forgetting his name already. What's his name? Tyler Hero. That boy swaggy. I gotta say that boy Tyler Hero is very swaggy. And I'm so happy for Butler that he got rid of those hair extensions allegedly.
Oh man, I'm not gonna comment on that, man. Because the first thing that came to my mind, I just heard hair extensions, and now I don't know. All right, hold on. We have to do this.
Oh man,
guys,
Butler, man, you're my guy, man. But that those faux locks or whatever that was.
Oh, okay.
Man,
For those that didn't know, okay.
you're
You talking
quite the
about this?
comedian. Yes, he's quite
Talking about
the comedian. That's all I'm going to
that.
say.
Was this from the? Hold on, hold on, man. And Jimmy Butler, if you watch it, I'm sorry we're about to. Sorry we're doing this. If you fair use. This is not loading now. All right, hold on.
Ooh,
I
boy,
mean, they're pretty fresh, man. They're
they
pretty fresh.
fresh, man.
Pretty
I'm
fresh.
not gonna hold
They're
you as
pretty fresh.
these
They're
kids
pretty
would
fresh.
say.
Pretty fresh, man.
They're not too shabby, man. Not too shabby.
So I have to ask the question:
Mm.
do you think these improved his game, or do you think they took away from his game?
I mean, Jimmy is a beast. He's a dog, as they would say
Yeah,
in the basketball world. So it didn't change his game. You know,
yeah.
it didn't add to it. It didn't take away from it. You know, Jimmy gonna be Jimmy.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I have, I think. And here's the thing, I I used to have locks, right? Once
I
upon a time,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to have locks, and the thing about hair, I have a lot of theories about hair, but I think for some reason, right, it's a phase that I think some men go through where so we have a very I think as men we have a very personal relationship with our hair, uh, and sometimes
Yeah,
you just want to have long hair. You just want to, sometimes you don't want to wait.
yeah, man. You just wanna let your locks out, you know, as they would say, man.
Yeah, that boy wanted to let his hair down,
You wanna let it I whip my hair back and forth. I
He
mean,
wanted-
I'm sure he loved that
yeah,
song.
yeah, man. So hey, man, respect, Jimmy Butler. Lately, as
Yeah.
you can see, I don't have much here to speak of these days.
Yeah, man.
And when I had my locks personally, I did it. I guess I did it the hard way. I just let it grow out at its own pace. Yeah, man. But I think we live in a time where I think men too are favoring more longer hairstyles, like as a trend. So I think it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Enjoy your hair, man. Enjoy your extensions, brother. Have fun, man. Do what you do.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad you're back. That's all I gotta say. They were nice, man. They were cool, man. But I'm glad you're back.
Oh man. I mean, listen, man. Jimmy, we didn't take these photos, sir. You took the photos, okay? So you can't be mad at us. Where's the photo at? Hold on there.
Man.
I mean,
Jeez.
it looks like Jimmy was
And
on his was he modeling during this time? Yeah, he looked like he was on his
he
model kit.
probably was, man. I wouldn't put it past him. Jimmy's doing some everything.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. Live your best life, Jimmy. Live
Yeah.
your best life.
I think Joe Scott got a song called Living Your Life Like It's Golden. I think that's what he was doing, you know.
Yeah, man. Was living his life like it's golden, man.
Yeah.
Man, nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure we'll round this out. Eastern Conference. Forgot we go with the top 8 teams going into a playoff series. So
Mm-hmm.
got the top 6, and we'll end off with New York Knicks. Man, the Knicks are the Knicks, man. I mean, New there's never really much to say about them, but that they are surprisingly or luckily in a good spot right now. But New York Knicks have always been a second half of the year team where you know what you're going to get uh
Mm-hmm.
after the All-Star weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good for them. I'm glad they're up there. At least they're not having to fight for it. Hopefully moving towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And we got your Atlanta Hawks with I'm sorry, go back to the Knicks. Shout out to Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to RJ Barrett and my guy. My guy. That's how much he's my guy because I don't even know his name. So moving on to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
We got Young, Mr. Young down there doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency has gone down a bit somehow, some way. I don't know what's going on down there, but hey, they rounded it off with number 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for the Eastern Conference standings.
Yep. Well, that's a great breakdown. One question for you: who do you think is like out of these bottom teams right here? Who do you see really pulling through and making it into the playoffs, if any?
Okay, sir. Can we scroll down a little bit so I can see the rest of the teams from 9 to the rest? Okay. Let's see. So we got the Wizards, we got the Bulls, we got the Pacers, we got the Raptors, we got the Magic, we got the Hornets, and we got the Pistons. Oh man. Let's see. Those bottom teams are really far back. So I can see the Pacers. Pacers has a solid organization. They always find a way to make it to the playoffs or be in some type of contention to making the playoffs. So I will put my money on the Pacers or the Raptors. Raptors pretty good. They could gel together towards the end with Van Vliet and Barnes. That'll be good for them. But Pacers are looking pretty good to make it into the playoffs.
Man, we shall see, man. This is where things get interesting. It's that time of the year, you know.
Yep.
Obviously, you have the teams that are kind of leading the pack. But I always like a good underdog story, you know. So
Yeah.
I was curious to know what you think the narratives could be here that could play out. Moving on to the Western Conference.
Western Conference. Let's see. We got the Nuggets, Denver Nuggets there at the top. Mr. Jokic, aka the Joker himself, leading that team at number 1. 2 years in a row winning MVP of the entire league. So shout out to Murray. Shout out to Jamal Murray coming back from a crazy injury last year. So it's good to see him back in the lineup. Love a story where they can kind of come back from the injury and not end their career based off of, something traumatic as that. So we got number 2, Grizzlies, your boy Ja Morant. Daddy Ja, I think, plays some minutes. It seems like.
Man, let's talk about the fact that I'm a super casual basketball watcher, right? I'm now getting back into the game, obviously, right? Now, I don't know what everybody looks like. So when I saw Ja Morant's dad for the first time on television, I didn't know I was looking at his dad. As a matter of fact, I thought I was looking at his brother.
Right.
I thought I was looking at his, he had on some sunglasses so you couldn't really see his face.
Yeah, he was
very
very
pushed
young.
up on Shannon Sharp, and I was like, oh man, Ja Morant's brother is about to catch it right now from Shannon Sharp. Like, he's too close. With a guy like Shannon Sharp, you can't get it too close, So I was like, why is Ja Morant's brother getting so close to Shannon Sharp? And then as I read the headline, it was like, oh, this is his dad. So
Daddy Ja.
Yeah, man. So that was my introduction to as you call him,
Daddy Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to all the fathers out there that are in their children's life that long to be able to, see the hard work that they put into their kids. Show its light, show its gifts. What do you call it? Fruit, man. I tried to, where you kind of try to come up with a good saying, that they always say, fruits of your labor or something like that. You know, you heard that before?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I wish I could smoothly say stuff like that all the time, but that just don't work out for me.
Well, hey
Uh,
man, listen, in your defense, right? And in our defense, this is our first time podcasting.
oh yeah.
In case you guys couldn't tell. So, sometimes if we trip up over things, it's because we're trying our hardest to give you a good show. So we appreciate you for bearing with us.
My guy. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. So we got number 3, Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox. Yes, he is a fox. I mean,
Hmm.
pun intended. He's quick, lightning fast. Very good player. Sabonis was a good addition to their team last year, being traded from the Pacers. So that was a good addition. Glad to see them at number 3, especially in the
Hmm.
Western Conference. Usually pretty tough
Western is always a
conference.
tough.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, right? Regarding the Kings, I remember the Kings had a good team back in the day. You're gonna remember this team too. Mike Bibby, point guard. Um, Vlade Divac was on center, and then I think around this time they had Stojakovic as
Ooh,
well.
AJ, good
You
one.
remember that team? I'm forgetting maybe like one or two other guys. Did that team win in the like early 2000s, like mid 2000s, or am I? Because I remember I was following that team around that time. I'm trying to think if
Uh,
that or if at some point they won a championship with those guys.
it was a good team, but they did not win a
They never
championship.
won. They made
Uh,
it to the finals a few times, if I remember correctly, right?
uh,
Like once or twice,
I
or they
believe the
came close.
conference finals, but not
Conference
the
finals, never.
actual,
Yeah.
not the actual finals. Chris Webber was on that team
Weber,
before.
yes, he was the guy I couldn't remember. Weber was with them for a little bit. How
Yeah,
does that team? And you do you remember that team?
yeah,
How does that team
absolutely.
compare to the team that we have today on the Kings?
Oh, it's night and day.
Night and day.
That team, with AJ Stojakovic and all them boys. Was John Stockton? No, I mean, that's way too far back. Yes.
Hmm.
But yeah, that team that we were talking about, yeah, they definitely a lot better than today's Kings.
Got you.
Definitely, it's just a really competitive league these days. And I'm not going to say back in the '90s it was not competitive, or in the 2000s, excuse me, but they it's just not a comparison.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about before we started recording the show how the average 50-point game is more of a common thing today.
Yeah, I mean, they're over the past couple of days, we can see a lot of fitty. Oh, excuse me,
For the points, for the
fitty
points,
points.
for the points.
I got into my
You got
into
it.
my
I mean,
Charles Barkley.
he said it. Charles, if you watch come to him. I didn't say it.
Fitty points.
For the points, LeBron James,
Sorry.
Kobe Bryant. Hey Charles, that wasn't
Uh,
me. If you're watching, Charles, it was him. All right, that wasn't me, man. So he wants to smoke with you, not me.
Shout out to Shaq and Barkley
Shout
and
out to Shaq.
Kenny
Yeah,
Smith and the boys over there.
yes, sir.
But yeah, a lot of 50-point games going on recently for sure with Giannis,
Mhm.
Luka, Dame. I don't think LeBron had a 50-point game, but Steph Curry, I think, has some. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, man, it's a great time for basketball. It
Hmm.
seems like the skill level of the league is constantly on the rise.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. So at number 4, we have the Los Angeles Clippers. That's pretty much been a common visual of the Lakers. Excuse me, the Clippers being better than the Lakers over the past few years. And I don't know if you can remember, but the Clippers have always been a team to have lost a lot of games, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So to see them in the top four, that's great to see with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi usually pretty hurt, so the fact that he's been able to play a few games this season so far, that's good to see and good for them with Tyronn Lue over there as head coach. So,
You know, Tyronn Lue was on the Pistons back in the day, right? He was on the that Pistons team with Rip Hamilton and Billups, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes,
He was all like a little golden age era Pistons team.
Mm-hmm. He got walked over by Allen Iverson. Yep.
Oh man. Anything else on the Clippers though?
No, that's it for the Clippers.
Golden State.
Got Golden State at number 5. Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Draymond. I punch a lights out green.
Oh my goodness. Now, all right, we got the, since you said it, right? And Draymond, he started it. If you watching this, Draymond, don't come at me. You started it. Now, look, I have to comment on this for a second, man, because you said Draymond punch your lights out green. That was an amazing punch.
It was a good punch.
Holy smoke! Now I've been training in boxing for years, right? And I might not look it, but you might see me here. I look pretty unassuming, but when I'm in the gym and I'm hitting that bag, it sounds like a shotgun is going off. And to punch like Draymond did, I mean, the athleticism. Draymond, either he has had a lot of experience either in the ring or outside of the ring, because you don't just. I mean, he was standing at least 3 or 4 feet away from him. That was like a Roy Jones-esque leaping gazelle punch that he threw. Right now, I'm not endorsing violence, guys. I'm just talking from a purely technical perspective. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I don't know what this man did to him, but sheesh.
It was a nice technique into that punch, a nice hip rotation.
I mean, the explosiveness too. The explosiveness was. Wow. Anyway,
all in all, I'm glad Jordan Poole's okay.
Yeah, that too. That too, because that was scary. It was scary how much power and explosiveness was in that punch. It was a serious punch.
Yeah. So let's not. We cool, Draymond. I don't got nothing against you. It was a good Falcon punch.
It was a Falcon punch, man.
It was
the Smash Brothers circa Nintendo GameCube punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a Mike Tyson punch out punch.
Yeah. So let's see. At number 6, we got
That's your team, man. That's your team.
Dallas.
I know you've been waiting patiently to get to these guys. You've been waiting patiently.
I'm sad I had to wait patiently to get down to number 6, but nonetheless, I'm glad we are in the top 8. We got Luka, got a Dinwiddie. We got who we got over there? We got everybody, okay? Don't worry about who I know on my team, all right? It's long days, man. We trying to get this news out to you, man. And that's just how we doing it, okay? That's my team. We number 6, and we going to number 7.
There you go.
So
wait. You're number 6, and you going to number 7? Or wait, hold on.
Oh, so I'm sorry. We're going to number 7 with Phoenix Suns.
Are you saying the Mavericks are gonna drop by 1 ranking?
No. We're just naming the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
Coming up at number 7.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Dallas Mavericks, and at number 7, we got Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Mr. State Farm himself, Chris Paul running the team. So good little squad. Devin Booker is in and out all season, so I'm very interested to see how he will finish out the season. And then we have at number 8, New Orleans Pelicans with your boy Zion Williams,
Is he back from? Is he healthy again? I think he had an injury recently, right?
I have not seen him back. I think he's still nursing that hamstring injury. So, um, the more rest, the better, I guess. Especially they could really use him in the playoffs. So that would be. I don't know when he's going to come back, and might be soon.
Hmm.
Might be soon, but McCullough is doing his thing there so far,
Mm-hmm.
and we got Anthony, pretty young talent, doing his thing over there. So that's a good squad. It's a good
Mm-hmm.
squad. So they're pretty good.
Got you. Cool, man. You want to power through the rest of these, because unless you, I don't know how long. I don't know
Uh,
how long form we want to keep the show tonight. I know we we're getting to it. I don't want to rush you either. Well, you let me
uh,
know.
let's see who do we see can possibly make it
Mm-hmm.
into the playoffs. I say two teams I can see. Maybe the Lakers.
Okay.
You can
The
never root
Lakers are
out the
down here.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're down there. But crazy enough, if you look at number 8 to number 7 spot, the
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are actually only 3 games behind in the loss column. So that's not too bad.
Hmm.
Not too bad. Pretty close conference. So I
Yeah,
would
it's
say the
tight.
Lakers. Yeah, it's pretty tight.
It's tight up here, like all the way up to like 7 almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's three loss in
Mm-hmm.
possession. Yeah.
Yep. So I would say the Lakers, and gotta go with my boy Dame time with the Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is tough. This is a good conference. They got Utah's pretty good. Minnesota, Anthony. Anthony been dunking on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see, man.
I got a couple questions on the West for you, right? I'm looking at the whole chart right here. This is this is obviously a very competitive division. Who do you see as the favorite for the conference? The one that is the obvious favorite for the conference, and then who do you see being the dark horse, right? Like who can come in and upset, like upset the whole hype train,
That's a good one.
right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do that for the East, and then we're gonna go to the next story.
Uh, I would say the favorite is usually Steph Curry. Whenever you have Steph Curry playing and them coming back from a championship, just winning one last year,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put them at the top as a favorite coming out
Mm-hmm.
of the West. But a dark horse, you already know, Ja and Daddy Ja.
Okay, so you have kind of like the betting favorite, so to speak, the popular favorite as to win the conference is the Golden State Warriors and not the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have the dark horse as the Grizzlies right now.
Yeah, Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, and them boys, they're really feisty.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think they could do some things.
same question for the what is this, the East? Who do you have as the clear favorite, and then who you have as the dark horse competitor?
Woo. Clear favorite. That's tough. Um, if we would have to go clear favorite, everyone healthy, gotta go with the Brooklyn Nets. Nets.
Okay.
Gotta go with the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, is that a likely scenario, or is that what you hope to happen?
Well, of course we hope that everyone stays healthy,
Right.
but
Yeah. Obviously. Well, what do you
yeah,
think is most realistic, judging from where things are right now?
favorites, man. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, so it's crazy because it's like the favorites are the Brooklyn Nets and the dark horse are the Brooklyn Nets too.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I would say they're both. It's a crazy situation, but they're the favorite, and that people think that could win with the talent that they have based off of their team.
Hmm.
And they are the dark horse because, you know,
Mm.
I'm not going to say how the league feels about anyone on
No,
a
no, yeah,
team,
you don't
but
have to. You don't have to do that.
yeah.
No, that's a good take, man. Good stuff. Anything
Yeah.
else on this before we move to the next story?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. I think this was a thorough breakdown. I didn't mean to rush you on that last part there, but I know you have to get to dinner with your lady tonight. So I'm trying to get us on our way with this show.
Yes, sir.
We can go have dinner with our ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Treat her like a lady. Eh,
Treat her like a.
I'm like, do I want to sing this song and then they take our stuff down?
Oh, no, no, no! Don't sing it, man.
Quality
We gotta get a
information,
copyright
man.
strike. All right.
Right,
So our
right.
next story: Luka drops 50 points
Luka.
versus the Pistons, and he does this coming off of an ankle injury. Go ahead, Mario. I'll let you take this one away. That's your boy right there.
Uh, yeah, I'm not going to say he's a Martian or anything, but that is LeBron like to have an injury the night before, 2 nights before, and come back as if nothing happened.
Mhm.
That and then drop a 50 piece, as they would say,
A 50 piece.
50
Was
piece.
that a 50 piece from Chick-fil-A?
Ooh, Chick-fil-A is so good.
50
Chick-fil-A
piece
is so
Chick-fil-A.
good. Everybody go out and try some Chick-fil-A if you haven't already. You cannot, you cannot leave this earth until you try Chick-fil-A.
Try to find his stats here. Okay, there it is. Boom, 53. Yeah, so he did that across
53.
36 minutes,
Hmm.
17 for 24 field goals.
That's not a bad percentage. You missed what, 7 shots?
Yeah,
Out of 24 shots, you only missed 7?
yeah. So it seems
That's amazing.
those are good. Those are good efficient numbers.
Amazing.
Oh, speaking of Luca, right? We have another sub Luca story
Hmm.
to bring to your attention, ladies and gentlemen, from our good friends over at Reddit.
What would have?
Um, now, our the kind user Bayonetta Basher has taken the time to peruse some stats for us and has uncovered that of Luca's 550-point games, 3 of them have been Dallas home games, and the other 2 have been Houston and San Antonio road games. Therefore, all 3 cities are in the state of Texas, meaning all of Luca's 50-point games are in Texas. So,
Oh man.
what say you, Mayu? You're gonna come to Luca's defense here against Bayonetta Basher. That is now I don't know what any of this means. This could just this seems like a coincidence to me. However, I'm starting to come up with a theory that and maybe this is already a theory. You could tell me. I'm starting to believe that players have like the home energy advantage is real. That's what I'm starting to believe.
Yeah, home court advantage is definitely real. As you can see here, I mean, a 50-point game is a 50-point game, okay? I mean, I
Yeah.
love Reddit, but come on, this stat is just not needed.
Right, and I'm just wondering like what like like water is still wet, right? Like are we like I'm trying to understand other than highlighting this what the larger point here. I mean the conclusion that I make from this right is that
Mm.
like you just said home court advantage is real. I think
But he's
is
not
it
always playing in a stadium. They said in
that
San
too.
Antonio as well. It must be
Hmm.
something about Texas.
Hmm.
I have visited Austin, and it was quite a thrill.
Hmm.
So I can imagine, hey, if I'm playing basketball in Texas, I'll probably play a lot better, with the food and the people that they have there.
Is Luka a Texas native?
Luka is from Slovenia, I believe.
Slovenia. Did he settle in Texas, or did he just come straight from Slovenia and started playing in the NBA? What's his story?
Came fresh from Slovenia,
Okay.
right over to the Mavericks.
Okay, gotcha.
Just want to say, Mark Cuban, I appreciate you. We had Dirk Nowitzki, and for you to get Luka as a predecessor of Dirk Nowitzki was just the best pickup you could have ever made.
Nice.
Good job, Mark Cuban.
Right on. Shout out to Mark Cuban. Anything else you want to add on these two? I know this is your team, so I don't want to take away from you giving a chance to talk about them. The floor is yours.
I mean, that's it, man. I don't want to make too much about this because then people are going to say, oh, Luka can't score 50 points outside of Texas. And then that's going to be a thing. So,
yeah. All right, cool.
We can move past this.
Let's go. Moving along. That brings us to one of our other stories. The Washington Wizards. This story brought to you courtesy of the NBA. The Washington Wizards win in San Antonio for the first time since 1999.
What is happening? That's kind of weird because remember we were just talking about some little winky things that has been happening in the NBA the past couple of days. And what a coinky dink this is to say, hey, let us win for a few years, for a couple of decades, because y'all owe us something. Because for the Washington Wizards to not ever beat San Antonio or haven't beaten them since 1999, I haven't seen that many nines in the date so long. So there has to be something going on here. How many years is that? It has to be like what, 24 years or something like that?
That seems like a lot of years, man. From what I can gather, seems like a lot of years. How many times would they? Let's see here. So 12 players total in Monday's game, 7 for the Spurs and 5 for the Wizards were not yet born. Okay, let's see. The Washington Wizards ended a 22-game losing streak to the Spurs in San Antonio with a 127-106 victory Monday night. Okay, so across 99 it's not 99 years.
It seems like 99 years.
It feels so long, right? Across 99, this is like this is a lot. These are a lot of games.
That is a lot of games, yes.
I don't know what to make of that. I don't know much about the Wizards story. Why do you think that is?
Man, I have no information here, no inside scoops. Maybe later on in life, but right now I have no inside scoops. I have no clue. This just seems a bit weird that as a professional team, you couldn't beat this one team 22 times. Out of 22 times, you couldn't beat them at least once. Come on.
Oh,
there's something not right about that, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Not gonna go digging.
Yeah, nah, you don't wanna go digging. You might find something.
I can't put back.
There you go. I'm just getting my my dinner ready. Pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, like, comment, subscribe while you're at it. Any other comments on this one before we go to the last story?
No, that's it. As my guy said, like, subscribe. It doesn't take much to press that little thumbs up button. If it's a thumbs down, please give us some constructive criticism to see how we can bring this news better to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I won't always be ordering my dinner while we're recording. I'll do better, guys. I promise.
Yeah. I get better at this. I'm a little newbie in this, but
Yeah,
it's gonna get better. I'm gonna get more
yeah,
smooth. It's gonna flow a little better.
yeah, yeah.
So,
What he said.
uh,
Yeah, everything that he said and then some. Nice.
uh,
Good stuff. Good stuff. Moving right along. And I don't have a link for this. We can find an article, but to start with, Philadelphia Eagles are making it to the Super Bowl. To start on the Eastern Front of things, what do you think of that?
yeah. So Eagles, that is my squad. That's my team. We've been rocking since '99.
99 years ago.
We were rocking since '99 when they had Donovan McNabb and McNabb. You were the reason why the Eagles have been my favorite team, but a lot of
He
heartbreak.
was a good quarterback.
Very good quarterback
Yeah.
into the last minutes of the game in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
till he liked his last game, yo.
Yeah. He set the path for a lot of other quarterbacks, but you gotta give a shout out to Mr. Cunningham, Randall Cunningham,
Mm-hmm.
shortly before Donovan McNabb. So, but yeah, they really good team this year. Really good team. Jalen Hurts, balling out of control. The defensive line, I think they got like something 78 sacks,
Mm-hmm.
some crazy stat. And I think the next
78 sacks.
78 sacks. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, I think here it is. Eagles pass rush impacts title showdown.
Yeah. We got some good players on that defense. It's been a
Here it
while.
is.
It's a
The
while.
Eagles have 78 sacks in the regular season and postseason, the third most in NFL history. They are 4
Ooh.
sacks away from matching the 1984 Chicago Bears for the all-time mark. Amazing.
Mm.
So this is a historical team they have right now.
This is a historical team. 4 sacks away. So, man, this would be great for the Eagles, great for the town of Philadelphia, um, great for my household as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, man.
Eagles fly high, and let's get this championship ring.
Bam. Well, I'll certainly be tuned in. What do you think about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs right now? How do you think they're shaping up right now? I know obviously you're if you could take your Eagles fan goggles off for a second and put your reporter glasses on and try to be non-biased, how would you
No,
how
that's
would you
very hard.
how would you try your best, man? I know I can see you struggling already. I can hear you struggling. Try your best. What do you think of the Kansas City Chiefs right now?
Uh, I mean, really good team as well.
Mhm.
They got rid of um, Tyreek Hill, one of
Mm,
the most talented wide receivers I've seen in years.
mhm,
Uh, so it was really interesting to see how that season was going to pan out without him.
mhm,
But Patrick Mahomes is an all-time talent.
mm,
Uh, very, very, very talented quarterback. So
mhm.
the only thing I can say is I'm how can I put this without being biased? It's
You
very
got it, man. You got it, bro.
I
Come
got it. I
on,
got it. I got this.
you do this.
Ooh, sweat dripping down my
Boy,
uh,
struggling over there. Trying to sound non-biased.
it's unfortunate that he hurt his ankle right before this most recent game, but it is an advantage for the Eagles that he is not 100%. Ooh, that was hard. That was tough.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how the ankle is gonna hold up
Hmm.
against the best defense in the league.
Yeah. Well, That's a good take. Any other takes on this before we close the show?
Nah, that's it. Party people. Again, I have to let you know just in case you don't know. February 19th, 5-on-5 basketball tournament for a $1,000 cash prize, free entry for teams, and we will have a single player entry draft portal for players who do not have a team. We
Yeah.
will go ahead, Tristan.
Nah, you go ahead, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We never like to interrupt each other. Sometimes we're like, you go, you go, you go. So that's just what we do here. Much respect. But yeah, so February 19th, come out, check it out. We'll have food, we'll have entertainment, we'll have music. What more can you ask for? So
Yeah.
check us out, betterballassociation.net. All the information is on there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at Betterball Association on IG or any social media handle that you might read. Maybe not slate. That's all.
Man, I think that's a great one to close it out on. Emphasis on free registration for the players. And that's why we reduced the we wanted to make it easier for players to sign up. So guys, great opportunity as a hooper to get in on a cash prize tournament. These opportunities, from what we gather, don't come often, if ever. Right, Maya, you as a hooper, you can attest to this. Where else? Who else is putting on a tournament for hoopers right now with cash prizes?
It's really hard to come by. I mean, being a hooper growing up in this area, there weren't a lot of opportunities to win money playing in tournaments. A lot of tournaments out there, but not a lot of tournaments to win money. So this is a great opportunity, and I wish I was playing a tournament myself, but I have to get into some quality control and make sure everyone's having a great experience.
Man, there you go. There you have it. That's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. The video will be up soon. It'll be time-stamped. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. As Mayu said, get in touch with us on IG and all social medias. They'll be on the link in the bottom. And yeah, thank you. Any last words, Mayu? I'm going to cut this off.
Man, that's it. Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, taking time out of your day to hear us chit chat and banter. And y'all have a good night.
Nice.